Okay, so
Means cheese in Spanish.
queso. Ha!
What's up, guys? This is Clint with Dirt Tricks.
Zach with Dirt Tricks.
It is 2024.
2024 Supercross season is upon us, guys. We've got a lot of riders this year. A lot of support riders, a lot of smaller teams. We're pumped. This year's going to be sweet for us.
I have to say, I'm probably more excited this year than last year. What's funny is last year, I remember saying I was more excited last year than any other year. So
yeah, and I think the racing this year is going to be intense.
Yeah, I really agree. So I'm really hyped about, first of all, Malcolm Stewart, welcome back. He went out in a very, very bad way when he was cruising to the top of the podium.
Yeah, I think he had a couple weeks in a row of him being number one on qualifying. So, the dude's always got speed. It's just as if he can keep it on two wheels. This year, I'm hoping this is his year.
But, guys, we got a lot to talk about. But, first of all, welcome back to the Dirt Tricks Fantasy Group for 2024. We got the same great prizes lined up this year for you guys. So, first and foremost, Elite Kit is going out to the first place, fully customized, engraved, or laser engraved with your up to 12 digits, whatever you want. That's going to the first place.
Nickname, race number, whatever you guys want.
Yeah, your at on Instagram. We've seen it all at this point. We've even seen some ones that we can't mention on here. But
lots of those, guys. Keep it PG, all right?
Second place.
Second place, we're doing a free rear sprocket with, again, custom engraving. So any motorcycle that you have, any tooth count you want, you're getting it for free. So,
and third place, you're going to get a swag pack.
Shirts, hats, beanies. Yeah, we're going to kind of give a whole assortment of everything in that box. So, top threes, I mean, it's free to play. It's free to sign up. And guys, what are you guys missing on that?
The other thing is, too, is a lot of people didn't know this last year, is you could join at any time. So if you are in Rocky Mountain Fantasy and you didn't know about the Dirt Tricks group, and then you find out about 3 rounds in, 10 rounds in, you could still join in. It doesn't matter. There's no password required. It's just search for the Dirt Tricks group. It's one word, and you're in like Flint, and then you're into the battle for our top prizes here. And plus, you also get to battle for what Rocky Mountain's giving away.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of a win-win situation there. It's not like you're losing points by just being in our group. You could be in multiple groups, but definitely tune into ours, again, because of those prizes. And last year, I think we had about 120, 130 range. We want to get up north of 200, guys. So definitely share it and
tell your friends about it.
Again, it's free.
Yeah, exactly. So coming into this, I got to say there's been a lot of office banter going on.
Yeah, a ton.
And there's been a lot of throwing around of names. And I think we couldn't be any different. Like every employee here that has an opinion in this, we all couldn't be further from the same pick at all. So do you want to kick this off with what you got, man?
Yeah, so let's just go first things first, guys. The elephant in the room is Jet Lawrence, right? Everyone is all over him. And rightfully so. The guy has been insane on a motorcycle since he's really started. And his riding, everything is on point right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
For me personally, I think we have a guy here. Are you putting him number one?
I'm not getting divulging first. You're divulging first.
All right, so, I think this first race, A1, there's so much nerves. There's so many people. Everyone thinks that they can win this race.
I think that's completely true.
Every test track guy, and I think that's where the Jet Lawrence thing could possibly go one way or another. And that's why I think he's actually out of my top 5.
Yeah, which when I heard that, guys, I'm going to tell you straight up, I couldn't have been more surprised than if I woke up tomorrow morning butt naked in the back of my own truck. Like, I just can't believe it. So
and that's happened a few times, too.
But we won't talk about it. That's for a different video. But, so let's talk about who is your picks. And if Lawrence isn't in it, then...
Yeah, and let me just do a little backstory on Lawrence. I think he's going to have a great start, and he's going to get kind of maybe caught up in that second, third corner with one of these guys, one of these Barsha, Anderson, whoever it might be, Freezy. And he's going to go down. This is just kind of me playing quarterback here, couch quarterback. But I think he's going to go down. He's going to end up going back up in the pack. He's going to end up getting tangled again with someone, Freezy, Barsha, you name it. And he's going to get out of that top 5.
It's all on the start.
It's all on the start. It's A1. There's nerves. And usually A1 doesn't tell the story. I mean,
no, it doesn't.
Roxon's won it a bunch of times.
He won it in 22. He didn't win it in 23, but he won it in 22, 17, and 14.
Barsha's won it a few times, right? So I think it doesn't tell the full story, and I think Lawrence is going to be there throughout the whole series, but this first week's going to be a little crazy. So.
I think everyone's going to have to find their rhythm, and it's definitely not the same in my experience, guys. It's not the same as at the test track. When you're watching a rider on a test track, they feel confident that they could come in and win, and then when the gate actually drops, it sometimes doesn't work.
Yeah, and that first week, everyone knows. They kind of know that pecking order. So I got ET3 coming back in a big way.
Yep.
He's going to take this thing. He's going to take it. He's my number one guy. Him and Sexton are my two top guys. I think they're going to be battling quite a bit. So I've got ET3.
Yep.
I've got Sexton. And then I got, who do I have running at that third place spot? Let me take a look.
You said Webb.
I did have Webb, and I'm sticking with Webb. This guy's got a lot to prove, too. He's on the same team as ET3, that Star Racing Yamaha. He wins on blue. He's going to be top 3 on blue. So I've got him at third. Mookie, which, again, we started the show off, he's back. I hope this is his year where he gets a top spot.
I want a podium finish out of him.
Yeah.
I want
I want him
step
to top
of the podium.
step.
Yeah. I want first place out of Mookie this year.
I think out of everyone on that, him and Adam Cincerillo, they've been through a lot, and I think it'd be awesome to see Mookie up there. So I've got Mookie at 4th, Barsha going in at 5th. Okay, so he's rounding out the top 5.
Okay, well, at least I heard you mention Anderson, so I'm glad to hear you creep back.
Yeah, I went back off of that. I went with Barsha.
Okay.
And then I got Cincerillo for 10th.
Okay, so. I feel that Cincerillo is about the only thing I agree with on his entire list, so I'll just put it that way.
Well, I think there's going to be some parity this first round. I'm hoping for it at least.
Yeah.
If Jet goes out and wins, hey. But
yeah, I personally feel like Jet is going to come out and he has to make a statement early on. He has to put his foot down, show Eli, show Roxon, show Sexton, show all these guys that he's not one to pass. Like he's the guy that's going to be up front all year, and that is why stamp it.
Oh.
I'm in there for Jet for first place, and I realize that I want to. No, I'm not a bandwagoner, but this guy, he has just unrivaled talent, especially at his age, that I have not seen from any other rider to this point. Sure, Eli, I would argue Eli's probably just as composed and looks just as fast.
Yep.
But the difference is Jet is just a lot younger than
his
Eli.
youth. He's got his youth on his corner. That's for
so
sure.
whether or not Jet goes down, he'll get back up. And where Eli, he's got to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, he's got that, reconstructed Achilles.
Yeah.
So,
The H-less.
Yeah. Who you got at second?
Second place. So now this is where I feel like everyone except for apparently Charles on Rocky Mountain, he agreed with me. Ken Roxon's going for the second.
He's got him at second. I didn't even put him in my top 5.
Kickstart Kenny. Yeah, Kickstart. So the reason for that is Kickstart, he has the most time on the bike throughout 2 seasons, full complete seasons, and he's shown his speed in WSX, Super Motocross, when he went to LA Coliseum. He showed it outdoor for the 1 round. He showed up and showed Jet basically like, hey, you ain't top dog, bro. Like, chill out.
Yeah, no.
I feel like Ken's got not only the confidence, but starts
is big. And to be honest, he was on super minis on a Suzuki back in Germany. Yep. I think that bike hasn't changed since then. Yep. So it's been 20 years of that RM450. It's been proven. And he's fallen in love with that bike. It's amazing.
It really
good.
Is. It's really good.
Yeah.
So the third place for me, guys, is no contention. I didn't have to think hard of this one. I think that's going to be your Sexton. I think Sexton is going to be really showing hard to the KTM guys that he was a good pick. I think that he has
a lot of money.
I think alongside Eli, Sexton has the most to prove this year because his contract is fresh new contract with KTM. He has to show them that the money that they were able to put up for him this year was worth it. And so I'm putting Sexton in your third spot. Fourth, I'm starting to battle a little bit in my brain as I think about it, but I'm not.
I heard this previous. I think you had a brother in the top 5. So is that the case?
Going back to my list because I want to stay true.
Okay.
So Tomac, I have for the 4th spot. So
okay.
I think Tomac's gonna hang in there for the top 5, but just outside the podium. I think Tomac's gonna want to come in, play it kind of safe, feel out the field, see what he has to gear up for. It's going to be a learning thing. Eli's very, very methodical, and he thinks probably more than every rider, and for sure Jet. He thinks more than Jet on the track. And I think he's going to be coming out a little bit more looking at the entire season, looking at the entire season and not at just one race. Traditionally, Eli does not show up at A1, but he shows up at Petco Park for San Diego.
A couple weeks later.
But we're going to San Francisco. Or you're not.
San Fran.
I'm going to San Francisco.
Yeah, if you're going to San Francisco, make sure you see Clint.
Yep.
We're going to give him some goodies and stuff. So
handing out stickers. I'll have some other unmentionables in my backpack because I don't want you guys to know.
Yep. Secret.
You can't know. But anyways, fifth, I'm going to give it over to the brother Hunter. Hunter Lawrence.
Man, if he's not a bandwagoner, I don't know what that is. He's got the brother's first races on the top 5 of guys that have been in the class for 10 years.
Yeah, no, and that I completely recognize that. We're overshadowing Mookie.
Yes,
Malcolm, he's going to have a fire. He's going to show where he left off.
Yeah.
Plessinger, Barsha, Anderson, Colton Nichols on the beta. There's just so many change-ups this year.
Danny Bloss on the beta as well.
Yeah. So it's going to be really good. But that's it. Do you have so you said Cianciarulo for your wild card?
Cianciarulo for the wild card. Is that we're identical in that pick?
Yep.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah. So the number 9, we're playing for 10th. So we'll see how that rounds out. But
hopefully he's got. I know last year he was battling with was it Epstein-Barr or something?
Yeah,
he would always be up at top 5 and then kind of creep back. Let's hope he's not.
And his grip strength was wearing out.
Yeah, there was a few different things.
So the poor guy. Hopefully he's getting that rounded up because I do hear this is the end of his contract here, which means that if he doesn't do something this year, he's going to be looking for another ride. And I would not be surprised at all to see him on a KTM next year. Not a factory ride, but probably with a B team or something like that. Because if he doesn't show a top 10 promise this year, I don't know where he's going to go.
Yeah, I'd kind of have to agree with that. For sure.
That goes for a lot of
guys.
Might
be doing a Phoenix deal like Dylan Ferrandis or something.
Yeah.
Yamaha had so much promise, and I think just injuries got in the way
and
of that.
Bringing up names like that, too, it's like I forgot about Ferrandis. Ferrandis is always like a solid
He's so fast.
5 through 10 easy.
Right. But now with Phoenix Honda, this isn't a factory-backed team. He's never been on anything, I think, probably since he was an amateur without factory backing. So we'll see. There's so much parity in this class. It was funny. I saw an Instagram post of, like, a king walking out, basically. If you make a main in the 450 class, you're royalty.
Yeah.
And they tagged all of these riders and all these household names that we've known for years. There's 18 of them.
Yeah.
There's 18 guys out of a 20 freaking main.
And I can't remember the last time, like, I know every year it gets, like, the competition is thicker. It gets way thicker.
I don't remember it.
I can't remember it being this deep where it's like you literally have I'll say 15th place. Anyone in that top 15 can win.
Yeah. And then that 15,
that's like NASCAR now.
Well, yeah, and not only that, but that's all factory rides.
Yeah.
These guys are factory guys, and more power to all of these privateers, these smaller satellite teams going out there and making mains. That's insane.
Which, we got Next Level. We're sponsoring
Next Level KTM team. Yeah, we're pumped on those guys. They're repping our new orange. It looks sick.
Photo of it here. Check that thing out, guys, on that bike. That thing looks stellar.
So badass. And we're going to be doing another post, too. We have a ton of riders this year in Supercross. We're so pumped on that. Thank you to you guys. It's the reason why we do what we do, is we want to build a sprocket for you guys that lasts, And as a guy that maybe doesn't have a mechanic that follows him around everywhere, for changing your own sprockets, that's a huge bummer. So
time-consuming.
We're pumped to help out with that, guys. And, man, we're looking forward to this season.
I'm so excited. So you're going out of town this weekend, so hopefully you're going to be watching from your phone or something like that.
Yeah, I'll be in San Diego. A few weekends a little too early for the Supercross, but I'll be watching, and I'm pretty sure I've already read the script. Lawrence is out of the top 5, dude. I'm sorry. I'm going to be coming back next week and telling you guys exactly what happened, but hey, we'll see.
With that, guys, going to cut it kind of short. Don't want to leave this too long. So anyways, again, make sure to join the group on rmfantasysx.com.
Dirt Tricks.
Dirt Tricks is just what you type in, one word, no spaces, or else it won't pop up. So I did find that out. You have to make sure Dirt Tricks is one word.
Yep.
There is no password. Just come on in and start the bench racing. We love it down in the comments. I want to see you. Tell us your top 5 down in the comments, and we're going to hold you to it, because if you get in the top 3 by next weekend's video, we're going to mention you. We did that last year.
We did that last year. We'd like to keep that up. Basically, if you're in the top 3, we'll keep shouting you out. We had a couple guys last year that held tight for the most part all year long. So, what's the saying? You can't win it all in the first round, but you can lose it all.
Yeah.
So, and make sure you picture halfway decent. Don't put Lawrence in your top 5.
Don't put Webb in your top 5.
Hey, easy. Okay, well, I'm pumped.
I'm pumped too. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Have a fantastic weekend. Happy New Year.
Yep.
And we'll see you at the races.
See you guys.